Hello, in this part we are going to learn about access specifiers in C++. Access specifiers control where class members can be accessed from, and they help us manage visibility and keep our code organized. Okay, so what are access specifiers? Access specifiers define the access level of class members such as variables and functions. Okay, so C++ has three access specifiers. We have the public, private, and the protected. And public and members declared as public can be accessed from anywhere in the program. Okay, so let us try to take a look at the public. Okay, so let us create our class, our first class. Let me name it person, so we don't forget the semicolon. Then inside we are going to have public, then colon, and then below the public we can put our code there or there. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, but for great formatting or for good formatting, we should put it down below. Okay, the public, but when we have but after one tab. Okay, so we can create our first attribute called the name, and this name here, if we try to access it publicly, and after creating our first object called the p, as you can see, if we press p dot, as you can see, we get access to the name, and we can set it to be equals to what? We can set it to be equals to Rashid, like that. And from there we add a semicolon, and we can try to output our p dot name, like that. Okay, like that. So name is public and it can be accessed directly using an object. Okay, so if we run this program, we are going to get a Rashid out. Okay, so let us take a look at the private access specifiers. Okay, so members declared as private can only be accessed inside the class. Okay, so let us try to save and we run this code, and then we take a look at the private access specifiers. So as you can see, we get Rashid out. Okay, so let us outside our person, and let us create another one. Let me go down here, and then I create private. This is going to be private. Okay, then tab, then int, I'm going to create age. Okay, so which means our age is going to be private. If I add a semicolon, and then I go down here, and then I try to access our age after, and then I type p dot. As you can see, we only get access to name because it's the one which is public, but our age isn't public. Okay, so if I try to access age like that, as you can see, it's like I'm getting access to it. But if I try to set it to be equals to 45, I add a semicolon, you're going to see that that error persists. As you can see, we get member, person, age declare at line 7 is inaccessible. We cannot access it. Okay, so age is private, and direct access from outside the class is not allowed, and this prevents accidental modification. Okay, so let us now take a look at the default access specifier. In C++, the default access specifier depends on the keyword used. Okay, so for example, if we have here our class, let me name it example, because this is an example, and then inside let us have int x, like that. Okay, so here class members are private by default, and if no access specifier is mentioned, members are private. Okay, I think you get the concept. Okay, you understand. Okay, so let us now take a look at the protected access specifier. So members declared as protected are accessible inside the class by the derived classes and not from outside the code directly. Okay, so let us create another one. Let me just fold the example, then inside the my person. No, let us create another one, because why shouldn't we create classes? We need to create classes because we have learned them. Okay, so let us create another class. Let me name it base, like that. So base, then inside the base let us add that semicolon. Inside the base let us have protected. Let us have inside, let us have our int value only, and then from there, here as you can see, similar to private, mainly useful when inheritance is involved. Okay, so this one is mainly useful when inheritance is involved. Okay, so let us now take a look at here. As you can see, here have mixed, okay, have mixed access specifiers. Okay, so a class can have multiple access specifiers. Okay, so even here inside there, here our person, you can also use protected. Okay, so each section controls visibility and improves code organization. Okay, so let us now take a look at why access specifiers are important, or why do they matter. So access specifiers help us control data access, prevent misuse of class members, and write cleaner and safer code. Okay, so yeah, that's it about access specifiers. Okay, so in the next part we shall take a look at encapsulation, whatever, but we shall take a look at encapsulation. Okay.